John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.
Hello, everyone. This is John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alchemalon Village, where each one reach one, each one teach one brick, one building, one block at a time. And as we often say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we show that we care about the things that we do. And once again, for those of you that I hadn't haven't heard from me in the last couple of weeks or so, I just want to make sure that I wished everyone a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. And as usual, I tell people I don't feel like I have a whole lot to say, but what I do say, I try to hopefully that it's meaningful. It gives a person something to think about, and it opens their mind up to different things, and maybe perhaps even giving you another way of looking at some of the things that you're doing yourself and the decisions that you're making yourself, and would perhaps even help you to make a better decision. But as well, so much is going on this year. Unfortunately, last year we pretty much started off the same way with death in the family. But I tell people it's life. Life and death it's in God's hand. And last year we started off with three deaths in our family on my immediate side of the family, the Beverly side. And unfortunately, this year we started off with death on my wife's side of the family. Last Saturday, we left to go to Chicago to a funeral. One of my wife's first cousin passed. We just wanted to go and offer support and be with them in their hour of need, just to let them know that we cared about them and we was concerned, and anything that we could do, we tried to do to help to comfort them and to try to help meet the need. Like I often say, when you see a need, meet the need. We just do the best that we can. And I cooked on last Friday, and they have come to, even though they're in Chicago, they have come here a few times and they enjoy having my barbecue. So I cooked last Friday and I made sure I took them a pan of barbecue ribs as well as barbecue chicken. And that was for the immediate family after the repast and was all over with. And the family, they went back to their homes and some to their destinations. But I wanted to make sure that we just did our little part to help to maybe feed a few stragglers or strays or whatever you want to call them that came after to offer their support that they would have. And not that they didn't, I'm sure they had plenty to eat, and they had a lot of other people that was thinking about them. But I don't worry about what someone else is doing. We just focus on ourselves. You just do you. And we wanted to show our support, and we wanted to be there to be a blessing to them. So we did our little part, and hopefully, I got a few calls, and some told me that they had it and they appreciate it. Some even asked me when I'm driving through the next time to drop off some more. And it makes you feel good. And in situations like that, it's good to be able to smile and laugh a little bit, and to kind of help pick others up. And unfortunately, uh, my wife lost her brother-in-law in St. Louis, and we'll be leaving out this Saturday. The funeral is not until this coming this coming Saturday, which is the 31st. But we want to go a little bit earlier because that's her sister next to her, and we just want her to be there to comfort and be there to help support her as well, and let her know that if there's anything that we could do. Sometimes people come in and out, and you can only do what you can do. So we're able to go down a little bit earlier to be able to help to support her and comfort her and let her know that we're there for her. So we'll be leaving out Monday morning, going to St. Louis. So we're going to ask that you guys out there pray for us, a safe trip and travel, and that the Lord covers and protect us from others as well as others from us, because things happen and anything can happen. So we want to be just protected all the way around. So, like I say, those of you that know the word of prayer, pray for my wife and I and her family, because they're really going through something right now as well. And I hate to be a burden of bad news or just seem like that, but it's life and we have to deal with it. She also lost a third or fourth cousin in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know what we're going to be able to do about that. We try to support the best that we can and do what we can. But in the meantime, that's three deaths in that family in less than 3 weeks. So, let's just try to stay focused. Let's try to be concerned and be there for one another. As I often say, and my brother in law, I don't really know. I know every time we go there, and I'm going to miss him, we always have. He liked to take us out to dinner, and he liked to eat, and he liked to make sure that you eat as well. So when he tell you he liked to go to the buffets where all you could eat, and some of the other restaurants, he done took us out to a lot of nice Chinese places, steak places, as well as Italian food. And but he liked to make sure that you eat and have enough. And sometimes he even cook for us as well, and we laugh and we talk. But I do know that, and I'm like I say, I'm gonna miss him, because there's not a time that we went to St. Louis that he didn't want us to spend some kind of time with him. And I noticed here lately it went from 1 day to 2 days to 3 days. He wanted us to be there with him. And I told my wife, I don't know, something is going on, but nobody knows but the Lord. And we just try to be there when people care enough about you to want to be around you, to want you to be around them and spend time with you. You know, when they want to love on you, love on them back. And you never know what a person is going through. I couldn't have thought, couldn't have guessed, or wouldn't have figured nothing like this would have happened, and was looking forward to him, because he asked us, he said, when you coming back? I said, well, it'll probably be June during the reunion. He said, okay, we're planning for at least to spend 3 nights with us. And I said, okay, we can make that happen. And he seemed to enjoy our company as well as we enjoyed theirs, and like spending time with him, like I say. And I never knew that I wasn't going to see him again. And unfortunately, the Lord saw fit that whatever he was going through, he don't have to go through it anymore. And like I said, continue to pray for the family, his wife, his children and grandchildren, if he have any, I'm not for sure. But and pray for that the Barnes family as a whole, because they are truly going through something. And I've been down that road. We didn't, like I say, last year we pretty much started off the same way ourselves. But like we often say, when you see the need, meet the need. And life is too short to be walking around here upset, arguing with each other, mad at each other, had a mumps, family members. It's enough to have to deal with other people, but to have to go through those kind of changes with your own family, that's not good at all. So let's continue to practice loving on one another, making sure that you call each other. Sometimes we can do it every day, sometimes we can't, but do it when you can. And I mention every now and then I got a nephew, Robert Price, that's he's in assisted living home, a convalescent home, one or the other. I can't think of it right now for sure, but nevertheless, he often calls me and asks me to have my wife to make him some banana pudding, and asks me to pick up some fish or something at one of their carry out places he liked to eat it. sometimes I tease different ones as well as him. I say he's not heavy. He's just my nephew, and it's good to have a family such as ours because my brother, which is Ella Benjamin Beverly, he makes sure from time to time that he either cash app him or he'll order food and send to him because he's not able to make it, but he's doing the best that he can. That's all you can ask of anyone. Just do the best you can. I can't do it, but I can make it happen. I can see to it happen. I can get someone to do it. My sister Carolyn from time to time, my sister Monique, different members of the family, and as well as our side of the family, on his mother's side of the family, got a couple of brothers that reaches out to him, and I can appreciate them, and I like and admire, that they are there for him to be able to help, to get him a happy meal. I call it a happy meal from time to time, and but he seemed to like calling me because he can get me to come up there. A lot of them, they'll send it to him or something. If they had the time, maybe they can stop by. But a lot of times, after sometimes he like the Popeye chicken, the breast, the hot breast. And I asked the nurse one time, I said, can he eat that? They said, well, he's not supposed to. But the Lord give you favor, so they allow him. I think it's not really hurting him that much. So they allow him to have sometimes some of the stuff that he don't have no business with. So, and I think they kind of spoils him up there as well as we as a family kind of spoils him too. But there's nothing wrong with being spoiled. Maybe you need to take the time out and spoil someone. Wouldn't it make you feel good if somebody took a little time, extra time out, and showed you a little attention, affection, maybe perhaps even took you out to dinner or something of that sort? But just like you like that kind of stuff, take the time out. Maybe call one of your sisters or your brother, if you can afford to, call them all. Hey, let's get together. Let's go sit down and just have a little family brunch or lunch or dinner together and just fellowship with each other and just reminisce on the old times, the things that we used to do or what's going on in the family right now. Because as a whole, for Mother's Day, Swedish Day, Valentine, all them different kind of days, how Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, the 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day, we as a whole was raised up that all of them different holidays that somebody at one house or the other, one of the sisters or brothers, and when my mother was living at their house, that we would get together and have lunch and have dinner. I'm sorry, and have dinner and just enjoy one another company. We don't do it as much as we used to because everybody, we say it's life. And, the Lord gives it and He takes it. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And while we're living, while we can do something, let's take the time out and spend time with each other now because, it's a lot going on in the world. Pray for the president because he needs much prayer. Pray for each other. Pray for all this different stuff that's going on in the world. There's different stuff about ICE, all this stuff, people shooting and killing, uh, girlfriend and boyfriends and stuff falling out, killing it. I mean, there should be a better way. I mean, can we talk about it? Can we just learn how to just walk away sometimes? Because, not only once you do something like that, you done killed a person or got killed or somebody's hurt and you going to jail for I don't know how long. You done messed up their family and your family's messed up because now they got to miss you because you done made a bad decision and it affects more than just you. And if you have children by that person, it affects the children as well. So remember, based upon decisions that we make as a whole, as individuals, brings about consequences. So let's think about the things we do before we do them. I appreciate you. I love you all. I have nothing but love in my heart. I have a big heart, and my concern is being able to bridge the gap to be able to help me to need. And if I can, I desire to do. And if I can't, I still desire to do. And if what I can't do, I hope somebody else is able to reach out and do something for you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to John Beverly, the businessman with a conscience, here at the Alkemalon Village. And I just want to make mention as well, uh, in the month of March, I'll be coming back to you with a little more information. We're going to be celebrating our 48-year anniversary, and we're going to have a banquet, we're going to have a dinner, and I'll be able to get back with you with that information. But for more details, you can call 313-921-1616 and ask for Mama Gail Cofield, and she will give you more information. So thank you and have a great day.
Alkemalon Village, your community center for your neighborhood. Programs for the whole family. Led by Marvis Cofield, John Beverly, and the wonderful staff. Visit 7701 Harper Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. Call 313-921-1616 or on the web at alkemalonvillage.com.
John Beverly, the Candyman, the businessman with a conscience, on LICMC.net radio every Saturday at 3 p.m.